And Dr. Robert Lemon is an award-winning speaker and best-selling author. He's risen to prominence by delivering a message, a high-energy message that we all want to hear. And that message is simply, now is your time. So please give a warm welcome to Dr. Robert Lemon.
Good evening, everyone. I appreciate you waiting this time for now is your time. Look at the person next to you and say, now is your time. I just heard Linda do her presentation, and I was very impressed because she talked about now. Now is the time. If you're going to be successful, you have to make a decision, and that decision is first in your thinking. Can I ask everybody to stand just for a moment? And if you can, just take one step back, push your chair in. I want you to raise your hands and reach as high as you can. All right, do your very best. Okay, fine. Can you turn all the way around? All the way around, all the way around, all the way around. Can you just pull your chairs back up and have a seat? Before this day is over, you'll know that one of these speakers moved you. Time wasters, those are things that waste time. How many of you really are disturbed by things that waste your time? The 9 steps that I'm going to talk about for the next few seconds, there are 9 steps. You can go ahead and click. The 9 steps I'm going to talk about is the steps that I use following my mentor, Dr. Willie Jolly, Mr. Les Brown, Simon T. Bailey, Steve Gitterland, many speakers. I followed the blueprint to success. And these are some of the principles that I've allowed to happen in my life, and I'm going to share with you what I do when I go to the workplace. I talk to them about what do we do with our time. But here's the thing that I found that allowed me to achieve success. Success for me is nothing more than a statistical event. That's all it is. How many of you remember some of the things your mom would say? My mom would say, go in there and clean up your room. If you think I'm going to clean up your room and be your slave, you must be crazy. Did you do your chores? Don't lie. Because if you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. If you steal, you will kill. Look at me when I'm talking to you. I brought you in this world, my dad would say, and I'll surely don't talk back to me. Listen, and when I'm talking, you shut your mouth. You must think I like hearing myself talk. As long as you live under, you follow. Are you whining again? I'm sick and tired of hearing you whine. All you do is complain. You don't appreciate all the things I do for you. You got it easy. You must think that money grows on trees. When I was your age, I had to walk to school barefooted, 7 miles. Up the hill, it rained, hail, and snow. You want something to cry? I'll give you something to... You must think I'm stupid. This spanking is going to hurt me just as much as... Son, I knew all those tricks before the day you was born. If your friend jump off a bridge, are you going to jump? Go in the kitchen and eat your food. Eat all of it. Make sure you clean your plate. Do you know there are people in this world who are starving and don't have food? You love sweets and candy. Don't let your food spoil. Go outside and play. Robert, stay out of those trees. Because if you fall out the trees and break both of your legs, don't. Now go in there and take a bath. Why? Because I said so. Grease your elbows. Put a little lotion on your face. Put on some clean in case you have to go. Don't lie to me, Robert. You wasn't telling me the truth. I wasn't born yesterday. I hope you listened to me the first time. I'm not going to repeat myself. You must think I like hearing myself talk. She told me, she said, someday you're going to thank me for it. And I hope when you grow up and you have children, your children grow up, that your children, when you get married, they learn to act just. How many of you grew up hearing these things? So I talk a lot about transformation, baby boomers, millennials, having mindsets that will forever change their lives. As a result, when I talk to corporations, I talk about what it was like to be born in 1962, what it's like now to speak in corporate America in 2018. You see, what I share is time to change mindsets and not change behaviors. Because if you try to change their behavior, they'll rebel and do the same thing wrong over and over again. But if you change their mindset, boomers have to deal with millennials, and you have to share with them why you're doing certain things you're doing. because it makes a big difference. And I'll share that with you because you have to take that step. And those steps I talk about, the 9 steps to reach your full human potential, it's in my program, it's in my presentation. I talk a lot about diversity, multicultural, teamwork, making the dream work, project management, and to get people to perform at their highest level, you have to get them to believe. One of the things that I had as a challenge was I had my son Terrell, and I tell people don't be afraid to fail. I wrote about it in the 9th chapter of my book about not only failure, but I got a letter from my son, and he hadn't written home in a while, and he takes the time to write this letter. And so I'm going to share this with you. The letter says, "Dear Mom and Dad, sorry it's taking me so long to write. I would have written home sooner, but my stationery was destroyed the day the demonstrators burned down the dormitories when Syracuse won the national championship in basketball. I'm out of the hospital now, so you should be happy to learn my eyesight should be back to normal sooner or later. Wonderful girl Jill, well, she saved me from the fire. She kindly offered to share a studio apartment with me till the dorm is rebuilt. She comes from a good family, so you shouldn't be too surprised to learn we're going to get married. In fact, Mom and Dad, I know you've always wanted to have grandchildren. You should be real happy to learn you're going to be grandparents next month. Mom and Dad, please disregard the above practice in English composition. There was no fire. I haven't been in a hospital. I didn't get a girl pregnant. I don't even have a girlfriend, but I did get a D in chemistry and an F in biology. Just want to make sure you receive this news in its proper perspective. Love, Terrell. It's now. Can we all stand just for a moment? But there are people who know that success is nothing more than a statistical event. Not how did he die or how did she live, not what did he gain or what did he give. These are the measures to measure the worth of a man or a woman regardless of birth. Not what was their station or how's their heart, but how are you going to play your God-given part? Speaking in front of my mentor today, Dr. Jolly, I do appreciate him. I met Dr. Jolly at this speaker bureau. It was about 2005. Ms. Lauterbach gave me an opportunity. And that first time I spoke, I was booked by the IRS. I do appreciate having all the years with Red Propeller and having the opportunity to be successful meant that if you have a mentor, mentors teach you relationship, partnerships, and then I learned how to worship. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. And then I'm on my way to a championship. Touch the person next to you and say, you're on your way to a championship. This poem I'm going to read to you, and it's a poem that forever changed my life, and this is what I do in companies and corporations. When I go in, I talk about inspiration and motivation. But there was a man that wrote, it's an unknown author. He said, when it was spring, it was summer that I wanted. The warm days in the great outdoors. When it was summer, it was fall that I wanted. The colorful leaves in the cold, dry air. When it was fall, it was winter that I wanted. The beautiful snow and joy of the holiday season. I was a child, but it was adulthood I wanted to be mature and sophisticated. I was middle-aged, but it was 30 that I wanted. The youth and free spirit. I was retired, but it was middle-aged that I want. The presence of mind without limitation. My life is over, and I never got what I wanted. Now is your time. Can I get you to lift your hand one more time and reach as high as you can, as high as you can, as high as you can. Do your best. Do your best. Okay, now grab the hand of the person next to you. All right? Now I want you to hold their hand. I want you to hold their hand. Now I want you to hold your hand down. Hold your hand down. When you hold your hand down, you hold someone else's hand down. Now I want you to hold your hand high. When you hold your hand high, you lift somebody else's hand high. Now is your time to reach your full human potential. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day.